Yeah,
Have you
I know what
seen
you're
this
talking about.
photo? It's four
Mhm.
people, and she's wearing this big white dress, and he's got the big stand-up bass. And the cool thing about Red Rocks is that it was here before all of this, before electricity and modern society and everything. It was here just, I'm sure, being used. That would be an interesting history. I don't really know the history of that, but it had to have been. The reason it's there is that nature put it there and we just came in. And I love how simple it still is. It's just wooden benches and a stage covering, and it lets the rocks just shine. And I think there's like names for the different rocks. And we have friends who went to high school in Denver, who would like climb up there and go in the rocks. And my husband was saw the Dead at Red Rocks in the 80s. And he was like, oh yeah, there's all these hippies up there in those caves, and, people just climbing on the rocks. And I also remember fish, speaking of fish at Red Rocks. Like I said, I was a raft guide, and we had this family come, and they were from Morrison. And it was sort of like this raft guide pilgrimage to go to Red Rocks to see Panic. And, we'd load up in the vans. People would go down even just for the day and then come back, because it's like 2 hours from the river. And so there was just this whole raft guide connection to Panic. I think it was because they played Sit and Ski. I think the Sit and Ski tour created a fan base of those skiers and boaters and, all of that. And it just stuck. Like every high water video I can think of has chili water in it, and like, I just remember being on the river and people yelling to each other, "You gonna go to the show tonight?" And it was just such this fun thing. But these kids, we were like, well, we're going to Red Rocks tonight. And they're like, oh, we live in Morrison. Yeah, we remember when Fish played. We had these people camping in our yard, and we didn't know where they came from. And Fish got banned for quite some time, right?
Yeah, they did. Like after their 96 shows, they were just kind of outgrew it, and there was just too many people. I mean, it's Morrison is a small town. I remember actually when I saw Fish there, my first time at Red Rocks in '94. Remember my buddy, he drove to Red Rocks, and he got a flat tire. His car broke down like in Morrison, and I remember we just ended up hopping in the back of some random dude's pickup truck, took us up to the park, and just like felt so just it was just cool, like growing up in Long Island, you weren't hopping in the back of pickup trucks and going to like an awesome music venue, to see Fish. Especially it was I'd forgotten about that till you're talking about that. But also like how you're talking about just how it's just there, just like this natural phenomenon. Yeah, I remember when Panic, I think it was 2000, like the encore, and they played Talking Heads City of Dreams, and those lyrics,
Yes.
like right where you are standing, where dinosaurs did their dance, and it was just like, yeah,
Yes.
heck yeah.